My favorite Avenger is Paul Rudd playing Paul Rudd.
Is that it?
That was it. Hello.
Hi.
We're back.
We're back. This is 3 in a row.
This is
More than 3 in a row.
Remember that time we said we were gonna release all our episodes? We did it.
We did it.
In about the span of
a couple weeks.
48 hours.
Consume them.
Consume our content and then come consume our shorts. I'm Andy.
I'm Dan.
This is the Just Andy show. This is the Marvel mystical magical Marvel spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Which is we'll start with a little Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel review, spoiler filled.
Spoiler filled.
We
can do a non-spoiler filled one real quick.
Yeah,
I loved it. I
thought it was like good.
It was my favorite origin story.
I guess that's fair.
Since I would say newer ones. I think my favorite origin story is still probably Iron Man. Probably.
Is the Hulk the worst one?
No.
Like the worst movie, I think.
So I also saw if they didn't have the Hulk, like the whole super soldier bullshit for Captain America wouldn't have made sense because that's how that was like the gamma radiation one. I guess it probably objectively is the worst. I don't think it's the worst.
All right, we were gonna do Captain Marvel spoilers, but I'm just ad-libbing this. I'm calling it audible, literally mid thing. All the movies rank them from best to worst.
From best to worst?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. You guys we're pausing real quick, but you guys don't know that, but now you do.
Now you do.
And through the power of editing magic, you are in the exact same place you were about 0 seconds ago.
It took a lot longer because we were trying to name them.
We fucked it up in the order in the first fucking 4. So we're gonna go through it and like just which ones are shit tier, and then which ones are like probably middle of the pack, and then which ones we think are the good ones.
Put them in 3 little buckets.
Three little buckets.
Great, mediocre, and below average.
Poo.
I don't think any of them are like god awful.
None of them are really bad. I think Thor: Dark World's probably the worst.
I think Hulk might be, in my opinion, like it does too. I haven't even seen the Dark
World. I just hate the first 2 Thor movies because Chris Hemsworth's eyebrows are like as blonde as his hair, and it's like jarring. Like I really don't like looking at him. I don't like looking at him in the eye. But that's just a personal thing.
Look me in the eyes when I'm talking to you.
Look me in the eyes when I'm gonna gotta thunder you.
Why don't you look at him during?
Why don't you look me in the eyes when we make love? Is it because I have Mjolnir right next to us in bed? Yes, Thor, honey, that is what it is.
It's mostly what it is.
That is exactly what Natalie Portman says.
I like this one. No, she's not even in any of the other movies, is she?
Who, Natalie Portman?
Yeah.
She's in the first 2, and then I think she got too expensive.
I guess that's like.
I mean, she's a real actress.
I guess that's like the people you have to cut out of the movie because you're already paying like how many people?
Well, like I think, like for example, I think Gwyneth Paltrow was 3rd on the bill for Spider-Man: Homecoming, and she was in it for maybe 45 seconds.
Yeah, at the very, very end.
It was like she was like 3rd or 4th on the billing, which is just fucking insane. But that's just like the same thing with like Natalie Portman and bullshit. Like. They're just expensive actresses.
Yeah, they're the first people that get cut because it's like a character that's not as necessary to the plot.
But it was just, put it this way, in the first 2 movies, yeah, Natalie Portman was needed, but she was just generic Thor love interest. Shitty, but like
that's basically
what it was. Okay, Iron Man 1. I like middle of the pack.
It's a good starter one. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen some of these in forever. I'm curious to how it would hold up.
I don't think I've watched it decently Decently recently.
I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna like follow this up slightly after Endgame because I might watch all these again.
I'm gonna try and I kind of want to do the marathon, but I heard fucking horror stories from the
I
last
heard it
one.
smells like shit.
I've heard it's just people don't shower going into it, and then you have to sit there for like 36 hours.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it though.
I've pondered the idea, especially since like we're winding down schooling and I have nothing left of college for the most part. So
Okay.
I could genuinely sink like the amount of time and just sit in that movie theater. But,
I would say, nah, we'll leave it at shit tier. I was about to say we should rename the bottom category movies you would sleep to in a
yeah, and this thing.
19.
Oh yeah, we're in the marathon. Like, oh, this is a good precursor. We're doing this to help us when we go, and we can say, okay, we can sleep through.
This would be my sleep. Like I've rewatched Iron Man 3 enough because I just don't know if it's shitty or not. And here's my first nap: Iron Man 3, Thor: Dark World, because I like the rest of these.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say.
And I think
I could probably sleep through.
I think it would more so be again Spider-Man and Thor, not because they're bad movies, but because I've seen them so much. Maybe a little nap during Civil War.
I think if I had a nap, it would be like it seems spot the first time. I agree. I'd probably say. Well, I'd probably stay out for Dark World. I haven't seen that one. Age of Ultron's probably one I sleep at. I think it's very mediocre. I could live without seeing that.
Yeah,
again.
no, that's fine. There's also just
that late push though. Like there's the late push from like Guardians 2 onward. They have been very good.
Yeah.
To the point where like they can't. I don't know.
The only thing is I've seen them so many times that it's like
That's true.
Okay, Iron Man 1. I'm gonna give it a 2.
In the middle.
In the middle.
Oh, it's one is awful.
One is good. 3 is awful. 2 is in the middle. I'm just gonna number it so then we can go back.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say 2. That's fine.
I mean, it was good. I liked Iron Man 2 better than Iron Man 1. I don't know. I feel like it fleshed
Really?
a lot of stuff out more. I know that's not an opinion for a lot of people. I also really liked Iron Man 3. Like, the more I went back and watched it. Like, I remember that was one of them that I walked out of the theater. Like, that wasn't a good movie.
Like, confused. I've done that a couple times. I've had to think. I think all of the Iron Man... I think Iron Man's the one...
I would say most solid.
Really? I was going to say the opposite. I thought it was, like, the one that started off strong. I think it's, like, the opposite of Thor. Where it was, like, it's strongest in the... Like, the Thor is bad. It's not as good in the beginning, and then it got a lot better with Ragnarok. Like, Ragnarok's one of, like, the better
No,
movies.
I think Thor was shitty, got better. Captain America, they're all good.
Captain America...
They're all great. Like,
Captain
Iron
America...
Man, they're all, you know...
Middle. Yeah, I think Captain America probably has the best of all of the... Like,
Oh, yeah,
or maybe
100%.
Guardians, but...
I mean, they're not done yet. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, he got rehired.
Little Jamesy's coming back.
He got rehired. Does that mean Batista's staying?
I would assume that means Batista staying unless they all fucking die. See, okay, another tangent. I'm curious to see if he like went in contractually. He was like, "Fuck, he's not coming back for, Guardians 3. Kill off my character in Endgame because I don't want to come back for it and I don't want to be in that movie." That's what I'm curious about because I don't know if they could reshoot it right. They're apparently still doing reshoots.
They could probably fix that though real quick. They film a lot of like decoy stuff, so no one actually ever knows who like actually is dead or not.
No, but who plays Nebula? Karen Gillan?
I don't know.
Whoever plays Nebula, she was in an interview I think this week. It was just like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we all had to get on stage at the towards the end of the premiere and just live act it all out because I don't think it's going to be done. Because we'll still be doing reshoots. And I was like, that's fucking insane. Because it comes out in...
late April.
Month and a week.
Month and a week, yeah.
Okay, so Iron Man 2, is that a 2 or a 3? I really like this one. So I kind of want to put it like low 1, high 2.
I would say like mid to low 2. So we can agree.
We're going to do it 2. Incredible Hulk?
1, or the bad one, 3.
I mean, I like it, but I don't think it's... That's the thing. I feel like there's not a lot of 3s. Captain America, first one, 2.
Yeah, Thor is probably 3.
The first Thor was fine.
It's fine. I don't...
It's like, that's like, a lot of these are just like... God, the full fucking order.
I would say Avengers 1.
I think Avengers
The first one is more epic, it seems like.
I feel like we should go through and then do top 5. What we both think top 5 is. Because I think renumbering this whole list is going to be...
Pain in the ass now, yeah.
Because it's just all the shit, the shit stuff in the middle. It's
we can, cross the middle shit out,
Yeah.
and if we have 5 1s at the end, we could see if we would agree with that, personally.
Iron Man 3.
I would say 2 or 3.
I'd say 2. Thor: Dark World. I'm gonna say 3.
3.
Winter Soldier. 1.
Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy. 1.
I would probably say both the Guardians for me are like some of my
Ones.
favorite one. I'd say 1. So yeah,
Age of Ultron.
that's
2.
2 at best.
2. Ant-Man.
This is tough because I don't know because I tend to gravitate more towards like the comedic ones.
I mean, I liked Ant-Man. I liked the second one a lot more.
It's tough. I don't think they're like their better movies though. I think
My favorite movies are going to be quite surprising. 2?
Yeah.
I think Civil War's a 1.
Civil War is probably 1. Doctor Strange is like...
Doctor Strange is cool. I'm more excited for the second one after they realized he could actually do fucking magic in Infinity Wars and like make it look cool. But this one was a little lacking. Still a 2. Wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I just want to go 2 for that, 1 for Guardians, 2. Spider-Man...
I'm going to give it a 1 just because of Michael Keaton.
He's pretty good. Thor Ragnarok's like one of the better ones.
That's a 1. Black Panther, 2. Infinity Wars,
1.
1.
It's my favorite one, I think.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I don't...
I'm digesting.
Yeah, it was really
I liked it. I really liked it.
Food for thought. I mean, it wasn't... I really like some of the characters, like the side characters in that, like the people that work with him and like the construction firm or whatever.
Yeah, the
Whatever he
fucking
is. But
the whole Baba Yaga bullshit. Like, oh my god,
what was that? And then fucking what is his name?
Louise,
Louise.
the
okay.
truth serum.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, that's truth serum.
Yeah.
It is kind of truth serum. I really like this one. I'll say now, this is one of my favorites. This is definitely my top 5. My top 5 are gonna be really weird.
Okay.
I'll put a 2.
Alright, I think.
And again, I loved Captain Marvel.
I think Captain Marvel too. I left it the year and I was like, there's some nice things. I like the dynamic. Well, we'll go into that when we get there. We'll finish this and then it's the perfect segue into
Okay, so
the review of Captain Marvel.
I'm gonna have not in order.
Is it just
5?
a general
Just
top?
top 5.
Yeah, no, in top 5, no particular order.
Top 5, no particular order. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel. I think, probably Guardians 2. Winter Soldier. And probably Avengers.
Let's see.
Did I say Infinity Wars?
You did not.
I think on the grandiose scale, Infinity Wars is number 1. Like, I love that movie, but like, I don't think I was ever not supposed to meant to love it. I don't think anybody cannot love that movie.
Especially if you sat here and watched the first like 19 of these movies.
Yeah,
19 of them.
Objectively, I feel like that's gonna be the best.
Just gonna mark mine real quick.
Or do you want me to say as you mark?
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
Them off?
I'll read it off at the end. I'm just trying to skim.
We're using now physical props, which you guys can't see.
That's the
but
beauty.
you're supposed to understand what we're doing.
Here, I'll jiggle it too.
It's a piece of paper. See, they got it. From that they understood Infinity Wars.
They also
and
can't
Thor
hear
3.
anything anymore. I'll bass boost that in editing.
You got one more, man. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, I think I'm good. I think I would go both Guardians, Winter Soldier, Ragnarok, and Infinity War. I think that's
Winter
it.
Soldier is the best Captain America movie, right? I think
Yes.
Winter Soldier's.
I agree with that.
Winter Soldier's a good movie.
Yes, but that's like how What's Her Face is a good movie too. That's just an MCU, but it's still Marvel. Logan's the best superhero movie I've seen.
Logan's the best. Okay, I was about to ask you after this before we went to Captain Marvel, what's your favorite outside, and it's Logan. That's everybody's answer. It's Logan.
Logan's the best movie. Well, the Deadpool movies are my personal favorites. I mean, I know that they're not like cinematic masterpieces.
They're still good.
They're great. No,
but Logan's a fucking cinematic masterpiece.
Logan is fucking good. Logan's like the old Yeller of superhero movies.
It's just a
good.
good fucking West. I love that. I'm gonna rewatch that.
It's a great film.
Okay.
No offense to Black Panther, I thought that was the one that probably maybe like some nominees for.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
awards and stuff.
I don't disagree with like Black Panther and the Infinity War, like nominations, but
No, I don't disagree with them,
I
but I
do
thought
think Logan got fucked because
fucked
that
up,
was like a good
like movie. Yeah, that
I think
wasn't just a superhero.
if you were gonna
movie.
choose a superhero movie to start, like, oh my god, we're finally gonna let some of these movies
like
be in the Oscars and stuff. It was Logan.
That was the movie. Yeah, 100%. It was huge. That was a huge.
Because like culturally, yes, Black Panther a lot bigger one, but Logan was like the best superhero movie. I think it's better than Infinity Wars. Like overall scope.
Like Infinity War is a great comic book movie. That's like the dividing line. It's like
Logan's a good movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah, I mean I could rant and rave about that film forever.
No, I think that's one of those things you could show that to somebody who's never seen a comic book movie before.
It's not even that based in like the characters are, but it's like
it's
a story that's very
characters,
very self-contained.
If you just give them like fucking everything, all the X-Men are actually they did kind of explain. Actually, they don't really explain it.
They mention it that he like kills them all by accident.
Well, yeah, Professor X has the fucking migraine bullshit. That's I don't think they ever say it, but I think that's what they're alluding to.
No, they say like you remember what happened with what's her face, so they keep him in the dome and stuff.
The dome.
Anyway.
The Claw. Okay, Captain Marvel. We're going into spoilers.
Pivot. Yeah, this is spoiler territory.
Spoiler territory.
Oh, we're spoiler free. You said great. I say like.
I loved it.
So with 5 being an average movie, 6.5, 7.5, like the area.
You guys, I went in. You, Jeff, and Brendan all said 7. I think it's at least a 9.
No, that's way too.
No, high. I really do like. You know, it wasn't.
Way too high.
There were a lot of points where it was just like it was silly, but I still just I had so much fun watching it, and I knew exactly what was going to happen going into it. It was like nice. Jude Law's the bad guy. Blah blah blah.
This is the spoiler free section.
I didn't say what bad guy. Did people? Is that not clear? Like I sat down and I was like, he's definitely. I was like, this is. I know exactly where this is.
Whatever.
Going.
This was spoilers the whole time.
Now we're going spoilers. I thought everybody was really good. I thought Jude Law played fine. I feel like he was a little underused. I thought he was going to have a little bit more screen time than he did, but like I guess that's just because she was on Earth.
Like, powers.
Who, him?
Yeah.
I thought he would have the same powers as her, but no, he just had fucking guns and that the gravity
sword
fist thing.
Oh yeah. Well, no, because her powers aren't from there. It's just like the engine,
the ship. Yeah. I thought Phil Coulson was underused, but again, I think that was just kind of how the movie was. I thought he was going to be in it a lot more. I don't know if he even got de-aged. Fucking Sam Jackson looked great. I really didn't even realize he like had so much CGI on him to like de-age him from it. But like I thought he looked okay. Him and fucking Carol's relationship, my favorite fucking dynamic in any of these movies.
That's a really good movie.
In any of these movies, like that was just so like natural and fucking funny. Like I think that was probably my favorite part.
No, I will agree with that. Their dynamic on screen is very good. It's probably the best in.
I thought Ronan looked like a bitch without the fucking face paint.
I thought he looked weird.
He didn't look scary.
Is that what the face paint was?
He looked like a fucking Smurf.
Is that what? I couldn't remember what he looked off from what I remember, and I couldn't put my finger on it. That was what it was. The face paint.
It was funny because like as soon as the movie ended, my dad was like, "Who the fuck was that guy, the Kree guy on the ship?" I was like, "That was Ronan from the first Guardians movie." He was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Why didn't you have the face paint?" And I was like, "I have no idea." I was like, "I agree with you. I have no idea."
It was weird because like this is like the territory that I don't know much about Marvel. Like these kind of things. I just thought the Skrulls were bad, but is it just the Super Skrull that's bad?
I think the Skrulls are bad. I think they both just. I know the Kree are bad from Guardians 1. Yes,
I don't think
either of them are good, but there's good Skrulls and bad Skrull, and like the Super Skrull is like.
I know he's just a Fantastic Four, like of all of them. Like,
I don't think there's like. I think the Skrulls just try to invade planets and stuff, and I think the Kree do the same thing. So I think it's very much like a big. I think it's sort of like on like a kind of Star Warsy like Empire versus Rebel Alliance, sort of like it's spanning the whole galaxy and people are just kind of caught up in it. I think it's probably more all
the
right.
Rebels. I mean, I don't know. need to. The
It's
Rebels,
just something like a galaxy
it's a
wide, like,
galaxy-wide
you know,
thing. I was gonna
people.
say because the Rebels were just there to fight them.
Yeah, people just get involved in, like, you know, shit happens and, like, you know, both sides do whatever the fuck.
Okay, so they're both.
I don't think either of them are good. I think that's this movie I think was different like that. Don't fucking quote me on any of this. I should do my research, but no, fuck you, viewer. I don't care. I'm tired. But do you need to plug your laptop?
Yeah, shut up.
I don't know if like either one of them are bad, but that was one of the big things here. I think that was the big fake out.
Oh, I assume that they were good. And because I know the Creed they've already established are shitty earlier.
Yeah.
Or like not chronologically in film release earlier.
Well, I thought
like,
they were gonna do something like, oh my god, the Skrulls like blew up. What the fuck was the name of the big Chala bread world, Kree home world. We're like, oh my god, they blew up like all our fucking buildings or something. I thought it was gonna be some shit like that. There was like, oh, giant terrorist attack done by the Skrulls. Fuck them. But this, they were basically just like, yo, man, we want to fucking go home. Also, whoever played Talos, which I don't know who it was really good. I think it was Ben Mendelsohn, but I also thought he was the Mandarin.
You were saying that...
Because, like, my dad, like, again, like, midway through the movie, my dad was like, who the fuck is that? And I was like, I think it's the dude who played the Mandarin, who, like, wasn't actually the Mandarin. But
this is slightly related. The real Mandarin's out there still.
Yes, I think that was from Iron Man 3. They were like, yes, there's the real Mandarin. So I also was rewatched part of Iron Man 1 where he's building the suit. That terrorist group was called the 10 Rings. And I was like, that's the Mandarin. Which I don't know if that was... I don't think they ever addressed that. I don't think we're ever going to address that. Because I think he's going to die. Spoilers.
I actually think him and Captain America are dead. I think they're both...
I think just from the trailer. We'll get there.
Okay.
But also, really what's this guy with who had the swords from Guardians?
Batista.
That guy. No. From this movie. The guy that was on the team, and then he was like working for Yondu in the first one. You know what I'm talking about?
In Captain Marvel?
In Captain Marvel. He was on the team. He
has the sunglasses, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
So
I don't know any of their names, except for... I don't even know that guy's name.
He was in Guardians, then he went to... He was in Aquaman.
He's just other characters.
He was in Aquaman
as Mana.
No. He was the secret, like the big green shitty dude. He was in it for like literally like 45 seconds, and then Orm just fucking kills him. It was the green guy. He was one of the 7 kingdoms. Like he went there, and then the princess. He was like, "Are you gonna fucking join me, or I'm gonna fucking yeet you too?" And then the princess was like, "Chill, man. We cool." Then he's back in this movie, and now he's playing the wizard in Shazam. I guess he's playing Shazam, like the old guy that gives him his powers. And I'm like, look at this. I'm like, I guess he was just CGI in Aquaman, so this kind of makes sense why he could play somebody else. I digress.
I don't think we ever did an Aquaman episode. Anyway.
We talked about it in
the one.
The rabbit. Come on, Daniel.
Sorry.
It's fine. They all mold together. Whichever return episode.
You get ready. There's like, I guess this is afterwards.
I really like the CGI. The whole fight scene at the end where she was flying through space was fucking awesome. Like, that makes me very excited for what she can do going forward. Because I do think they're going to have to nerf her a little bit. Because, like...
I don't understand it because it's like... Fury really took his grand old time to call that in.
So...
I feel like that was enough. Like, there's a couple other times where, like, the problems really would have just been solved immediately. I think it's the same kind of issue. This is a little bit...
No, I saw something. It was like... It was New York. New York, I think she should have been called. It was S.H.I.E.L.D. falling. I don't think she should have been called.
No, I don't think that's...
Sokovia, I think yes. Civil War, no. And then I think it was the Snap, which I agree, yes.
The Snap, 100%. I think the first time with like Loki and all, or not, that, yes.
I think that, because that seems more intergalactic. Sokovia seems more Earth based, but that would have also killed everybody. I don't know, man.
100% for Infinity War. I think we all can agree that he waited a little bit too long.
Yeah, but I think he finally...
Did he not know what was going on? Is that what it was?
I don't think anybody knew what was going on. I think they knew shit was going on.
Oh, they probably didn't tell S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
I don't think S.H.I.E.L.D. is a thing. Is it?
No, I think it is.
Did they reestablish it?
I think at the end it like still exists, but they're not in it anymore. Like it's still in the background. But I think that they're not communicating with Fury.
Because it was also over the span of what, like a day?
Is that all in a day?
I think 2
it's
days.
It's like a week, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Doesn't like
maybe like 3 days, 4 days. I really don't think it was that long.
Like, I guess they could teleport, right?
But it was also like so.
Well, they travel to like I don't know how fast they go. Like, cause they're in the ship because they go from Earth back to like Thanos' home planet.
Because it was during the day when they attack New York. You see Vision and Scarlet Witch are in like Poland or something, and it's nighttime there, and they see it on the news. So you would assume that
it's like concurrent.
That's concurrent, and then that happens the next day. Then they're at the Avengers HQ the next day, and then they're in Wakanda, and then Thanos comes. So I think it might be 2 days, 3 days, because it's daytime but that like, whole time in Wakanda.
So like, but the other things that are going on, because it's like they're in New York.
They're in New York.
Then they get on the ship. Right? But then at the same time, Thanos is like
doing all the other bullshit.
At the Thor ship in the beginning.
Yes.
Right? And then it's like in the Collector, the fucking nowhere.
Yes.
For the Collector. And then back to that, like his home planet. And then I also think he's at Earth at a point, and then he goes back. Like it's like he loops back.
He doesn't come back to Earth. He was only at the Earth
at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, just the people,
he sends the
children first. Okay, so then. Oh, that's whatever. But then he also goes to the fucking planet with Red Skull. So there's no way that's 3 days.
I mean, on Earth it was like 2. I think it was 3 days. Unless they just didn't show stuff. Unless they didn't show stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know how fucking space travel works.
They probably prepped all the shit.
Okay, we are
like
Captain Marvel. My favorite scene.
I like the cat. I'll say I did like
the cat.
I like that it was like.
Do you know how many cats got to play that cat? Did you know?
I want to say at least. There's only one. I want to say
4 cats.
4?
4 cats. I thought it was CGI the whole time.
No, I assumed it was a real cat when it was like actually just a cat. But then when it was like whatever alien it was.
Flarkin?
The Flarkin. That it was completely CG.
I did not think they were going to do the cop out of that's how Fury loses an eye. I didn't think that, like, I knew that's how they were going to do it, but, like, I don't know why that's why they were going to do it. He was like, oh, last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye. It's like, that was a cat. You trusted a cat. Alien cat, granted, but, like.
Why did he scratch him for no reason? Just because he's an actual cat?
I think, yeah, it was some bullshit like that. I don't think he was doing anything, like, I think he was just, oh, Goosey. His name is also Chewie in the comics, but because Marvel owns Star Wars, or Disney owns Star Wars, they have to take that away from us because fuck the mouse.
Marvel is also Disney.
I know, that's why they couldn't do it, because it would be confusing to people. Probably, I don't know. We'll also probably be getting a Star Wars trailer soon, which is cool.
What the fuck's this up? Anyway, that's another day.
But I really liked when she's fighting them on the ship with the No Doubt playing. Mm-hmm. I loved that. I like actually smiled. Like there was a big smile. Also, the Stan Lee cameos in this movie, I almost started crying in the very beginning.
Oh, it was really sad in the beginning. Holy touching tribute. I was actually.
And I loved that he was doing the Mallrats script. Holy fucking shit! That was like, oh my god. That was also just one of those things. Just like, hey, remember when Kevin Smith made movies in the '90s? We're in the '90s. We have Mallrats and Blockbuster. And
I did enjoy the Blockbuster when she was going through. Like she falls in there in the beginning, and then it's like whatever movie. I can't think of the name of the movie. That's like the cardboard cutout.
Wasn't it James Bond? Was it Pierce
it's not
Brosnan?
It's not James Bond. It's like because me and Jeff were saying it should have been Top Gun. Should have been in there.
That would have been good.
But
well, then what happens if Tom Cruise gets cast as an actor? That means Tom Cruise is canon.
They did that in What's Her Face anyway. They did that in Fast and Furious. Fucking isn't T.I. or not T.I. One of them is a fucking.
Yes.
Their songs exist.
Their songs exist in the movie.
He's also a character.
Yes.
It's also in iCarly. This is completely ridiculous. Victoria Justice is like the MMA fighter,
but she's also
then there's this her, and then they cross over.
Yeah.
Like, and they actually make a joke where it's like, "You look really familiar," and I don't know why that is, and then they just ignore it. But like, you can do that.
Well, I mean, they did shit like that where they brought like Drake Bell and he was like, Megan, where's Josh? And she was like, who's Megan? He's like, why is Crazy Steve here? And like that was just like an end of an episode bullshit gag or something.
I think it's like a blooper gag.
I really liked it. I really did like. I did not think I was gonna like it that much.
I'm not gonna say I hate it. I thought it was not
I thought it was very good.
I thought the dynamic was good. It's a nice building block.
Yeah, I think they introduced the. My biggest gripe with this, and we talked about this. This should have been December. Movie.
Yeah, this is really close.
So the biggest thing with this movie,
I thought about what you said, and I disagree with this. But go ahead.
What
I would say that it's gatekeeping.
No, I would have said. I would have said they kind of. I feel like a lot of people were either up in the air about this or like stuff like. But it's like they kind of put it so you have to go see this movie.
That's where I'm disagreeing though, because I think after watching it that. It's not that necessary.
It's not that necessary, but I guess going from not knowing anything about the movie before it came out, not knowing how much it was going to connect to the next one.
Completely flying blind, you could get the impression of that, but I think after seeing it, I would say probably
yeah,
not.
You don't need it. I think their biggest thing, I think they also probably knew that, and they're like, oh, hey, the post-credit scene is just she comes to Earth. Cool. That's it.
Yeah.
But, I would have done December because I don't like. We also it was Mary Poppins. Excuse me, was their December movie? Fuck Mary.
You just did February also.
I mean, that's like kind of a dead spot.
That's what they did. Black Panther in Infinity War. It's the same time frame. Black Panther was early to mid February. It was around Valentine's Day, and then Infinity War was
I feel like
April.
that seems. Also, it still just feels like Black Panther came out like fucking 3 years ago. Just because last year was just such a long, shitty year that it's like I feel like. February makes sense. I feel like March was too close.
It's late March too.
Yeah, it's also like I said,
it's not late March. It's fucking.
Yeah, it's a month and a half. It came out like what last week?
Yeah, it came out early March. No, I'm saying the release date of the movie. I think that wraps up.
That pretty much like. Yeah, I'm excited. I think she's gonna be. I really like Brie Larson as an actor, and I think she's like hopefully gonna very much cornerstone the next phase of all this bullshit. Because I do think motherfuckers are gonna die in this next. I'm also curious what's gonna happen in Guardians 3 because they're definitely not bringing unless they are gonna bring Gamora back because then we're just gonna get sad Peter Quill. We're gonna get big chubby Chris Pratt just being sad.
It's not even chubby anymore.
Big pretty ripped. Chris Pratt just being sad about his dead green girlfriend. Like I don't want to watch that movie.
I think she's the one that's a lock for coming back. Actually, I think she's the only one that.
So they're gonna undo all of this, which somebody's got to stay dead.
Yes, at the end of this, people will be dead at the end of it. But I think if anybody that is like not dead, it's her. I think she's just in the stone. I think she's just in the soul stone.
And they're gonna break the stone or something, and she'll come
out of it. Yeah, I think that's the point of the sacrifice, that you go in it. You don't actually die.
It's like a Pokeball.
Yeah, basically.
So on that, I have my 3 theories
on Endgame.
On Endgame, so I have my shit that I've thought of that my brain is mulled over.
Now, what if I just say this? I just thought of this off the top of my head.
Okay.
They undo none of it.
That was one of our... See, I wish we redid the whole Infinity War analysis episode, because I did a lot of pre-stuff for that. I wrote a lot, but we were so fucking drunk. That was my third option, that they don't undo any of it, but we know that's a lie because Spider-Man's coming out.
Yeah, and it takes place afterwards.
It's very much a lie. Unless it doesn't, but, like, I think that is the worst part about it, is that's coming out in July.
Yeah, and it's like they put that too close. Well,
and again, they could have put the trailer out for after Infinity Wars, but that might be a Sony thing. I don't know. I don't know why they did it so early, because it was what it was before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't remember when the
January, which I think is fucking. Also, that's for a full trailer 7 months early. That's a bit much, Spidey guy. You're not that good, Spidey guy. You know good, Spidey guy. They also want to do an Agent Venom TV show with apparently the Flash from the movies.
Oh, Ezra Miller as Venom.
Yeah, it was basically. There was part of the comics where he was on Guardians or something. He was just they were like, oh, your Venom symbiote is super fucking broken, and then it's just normal. Because, like, Flash Thompson was in, like, I guess he was a Marine or something, and then, like,
Oh,
lost his legs or
as
something.
Flash Thompson?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the guy who plays the Flash in the DC movies was
Oh,
being the
oh,
voice
oh,
of Venom.
Urza Miller. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Well, that's also, like, Sony apparently has, like, fucking 8 TV shows, like, Spider-Man TV shows planned or some shit, and it's like...
It's the Morbius movie coming out.
It's
nothing to do with
it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go see it. You know what?
I go to see all these regardless. So
I'm like very like the whole cinematic universes are fine and I like them. They're great, but I do just miss the time of just standalone. Like I'm very excited for the Joker movie because I could just go and watch Joaquin Phoenix do dumb shit as the Joker.
Is the DC universe over? I heard that it was over.
No,
it is not over.
No, I believe it's going to be a soft reboot. I think Ben Affleck's out, fine, whatever. Apparently it's going to be a 1990s set Batman movie. Penguin's the villain. They're just going to introduce a bunch of, like, his rogues gallery, like a bunch of motherfuckers. It's going to be younger, more detective-y Batman. Ooh, he's not going to just fucking kill people. Apparently Superman's also out. I don't think they've, like, actually said anything. But I think they're doing, like, a soft reboot. I think, like, Shazam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman 2, they're going to, like... The Suicide Squad's also just a fucking reboot. It's not even a sequel. It's just a new fucking thing.
It's only because Will Smith's on there?
I don't know. I have no idea. Also, Birds of Prey, I don't know how that apparently is tying into anything. It might not. They should, again, like, them just doing these separate...
DC should just do the fucking separate movies. Like,
or, like,
they should just do
have universes within... their movies. They don't need a big overarching thing, but like
like a movie series of like, oh, like these are the Batman movies, and not they don't need to overlap. And I guess if they wanted to way later down the line, you merge like the fucking and do the Justice League better.
It's like, oh, like Birds of Prey, like that's like, you know, Huntress is like a Batman character, so if like she shows up in a Batman movie, it makes sense. But like Shazam's not going to show up in a Batman movie or like something like that. I don't know, but it's like I feel I don't know where I was going with it. Morbius. I was like, I'm excited for Morbius because I could just walk in. I didn't remember what I said. I could just walk into it and just be like, okay, this is why this is getting made. It's beyond me, but I'll still go see it. I'm still gonna give them my money. Which is where all of us went wrong with Venom. And do you know how? Do you know why? What the repercussions of that is?
We're getting
Morbius. We're getting Morbius.
No, the repercussions of it is that we got to see Woody Harrelson in the fucking...
There's gonna be carnage!
Not even that. It's not even the problem. It's the worst fucking wig I've ever seen. It's terrible. It was awful. I'm actually laughing thinking of it. I'm actually thinking about it and
I'm excited for... Venom 2 now because I'm excited for Carnage, and I feel like at that point they're going to have their own Spider-Man, which is going to be fine. I can live with that. Also, most people with a brain in their heads can probably distinguish that, hey, this is their Spider-Man, yes. And then Tom Holland's the other Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Spider-Man that's like not in.
It's going to be old. He should be like older, but whatever. Okay.
Endgame.
That
is not.
I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna start with. Thanos getting the Power Stone on Xandar, and then Thanos
flashback kind of thing.
Yeah, like sort of flashback, and then Captain Marvel going there, and then Thanos beating the ever living shit out of she's gonna like fight the Black Order and stuff, and like get more screen time with like the Black Order because they're cool, and they kind of just skipped over the whole Xandar thing, and then she's gonna get beat up like and then leave
Hulk level like pretty easily.
Oh, like pretty easily, but I think she'll like probably like fuck up the Black Order real quick, like probably like 1v4 them. And then Thanos is going to be like...
That's what I mean, yeah. Like Thanos.
And then go to Earth and just be like, all right, guys, you know, I didn't think I needed you. Kind of need you. And then... Oh, fuck. I don't even remember. Oh, no, I do remember. Okay, so I don't think that... So they're all going to get back. Tony and Nebula are going to come back. And they're going to be like, Tony, we got to go save the world, Tony. And he's going to be like... Fuck off. I'm giving the finger. There's another visual cue that you guys can't see. He's going to be like, fuck off. I think Pepper's going to be dead. Or like something. He's going to be like, whatever, I fucked up. Like, I don't want to like do this anymore. It's like, it's pointless. Like, you know, there's no way we're going to save this. And they're all going to try and like figure out what to do. And I think some people are going to like leave to like go off world and do stuff. Like, it's probably going to be like Thor, Rocket, Nebula. I think like Valkyrie's in it for a bit. So like she might come with them. And then Ant-Man's going to come out of the thing and go to Tony's house. That's what I think in the first trailer.
He's in the past already though.
I think it's like something's gonna happen, but then he's gonna come back to present day, and like nobody's gonna be at the Avengers headquarters because like people are gonna go be doing bullshit elsewhere. Like everybody's gonna be in like Japan to find Hawkeye or like in space doing something, and he's gonna go there and just be like, well, shit, I don't know where to go now. So he's gonna go to Tony's because they like never actually met, and the way he was talking to it's like we were at the airport in Germany, like I got really big. So he's like, we never actually met, but you know me because I got really... And then he's going to get in. He's going to be like, yo, I figured out how to do this fucking quantum realm time travel bullshit. And then I think that they're going to figure out... Or someone might be in Wakanda. That's actually where I think they're going to be. I think they're going to figure out that rather than going back and stealing the stones... You said this, so you explain what you think happens with the stones. Or if that's, like, actually canon. That they don't work within the universes.
You can't. Yeah, it's dimensions. So like all the stone, there's a stone exists in every dimension. Like the set of the stones exist in everyone, but the stones don't work on people that aren't natively from the same dimension. Like, so like you can't distort the reality of somebody from like those kind of things. Like,
so like the stones from Dimension Y don't work in Dimension X.
They just don't work on the people from Dimension X.
Yeah,
like, they still work on people from Y. So
but they
like,
don't work in X.
Yeah, so like I guess you could in theory go to the other thing and pull. So, like say the dead people that are dusted.
You could pull all the
so
dead
like
people.
You get dead Doctor Strange from. Well, he would be useless because he doesn't use he uses the green one.
Yeah.
Line. So like you need like somebody that Iron or whatever one of them Hulk I guess. You take him from the other one, bring him in there, and he doesn't do anything. They'd probably be equal strength without the power stone.
Yeah,
probably.
So I think rather than doing that, they're gonna like go through like I think Shuri's still alive. I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I think she would have copied enough with Vision, and I think they're going to realize that they could recopy the stones. So they just need to, like, get, like, somehow copy the stone, and they could reprint it and then make them work in their own universe. So then rather than going back in time and stealing the stones, they're going to go back, like, they're going to go back to the first battle in New York. I think there's going to be, like, some funny antics where it's like, Captain America's going to, like, see Captain America and just be like, this is fucking weird. And they're all going to, like, beat up some people. And then, like they're going to, like, walk in. Or, like, when Loki and, like, Iron Man are talking, they're going to run in real quick and just be like, cool, hey, I need... And, like, scan the scepter and do the same thing with the Tesseract. And just be like, bye, guys. And then leave. And it'll be the same shit with, like, the Guardians. They'll, like, go to, like, Xandar, like, during the dance battle and just be like, what's up, asshole? Scan the Power Stone and just leave. Like, Rocket will come in and just be like, hey, me, hey, Quill, like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And, like, give Groot a hug or something. And then, like, scan the... Or actually, Groot was dead then.
No, he lives. He doesn't,
well,
he doesn't
when they did the dance-off.
No, he dies during when he holds the stone. Doesn't he burn alive?
No, I thought he burned alive when they jumped out of the building.
When the ship crashes, yeah.
It'll be something like that, and, like, he'll scan... Or, like, there'll probably be something where, like, Rocket will try and take that Groot back because he misses his Groot. It'll be something like that.
Well, it's the same Groot. He's just growing up.
But they're going to, like... I think they're going to go back...
Is he going to be an adult in this one?
No. I just want adult Groot.
Like, I'm saying he's not going to be adult Groot yet?
I don't think so. He's dead.
Oh, did he get dusted?
Groot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. You're right.
Because when he said, I am Groot, James Gunn was just like, that means dad. And it's like, oh, God. It's like, this sucks. But I think they're going to scan all the stones, and I think, like, they'll come back and, like, start making them, like, as they're doing the other bullshit. And I think that's when Thanos is going to realize, like, they're going to, like, oh, like, this one gets darker. Or, like, this one like, something's going to happen with the ones he has that makes him realize that they're doing something. And that's going to, like, move them towards the end conflict. And I think it's probably going to happen when, like, he has, like,
Aren't
5
stones. Aren't they all destroyed anyway?
I don't think so.
The gauntlet is.
The gauntlet's fucked up, but apparently the stones still work. But I think then he's going to start, like, fucking trying to catch them through time. Or, like, wherever they go in the quantum realm to stop them from copying the stones. Before, I guess it's, like, I would assume 3 and 3. Or I guess he did. Maybe, I don't know how they're going to use them, if they're going to make a gauntlet. Because everybody's saying, like, Hulk's going to wear it and he's going to, like, lose an arm or something. But, like, these leaks are fucking... There's so much shit going on. But I think that's everything I think's going to happen. That's my fucking... There's my money. You guys will know in... a month and a week if how right I am.
So, just go off. We'll go off that.
Yeah.
Who would you have wear the gauntlet then? If they could do it.
So I think it's gonna be like, I think it's gonna be Hulk, or I think like Iron Man's gonna make like a suit with something, Like it's gonna be like some machine. I don't think it's gonna be like forged like the normal gauntlet. I think it's gonna be probably some machine thing. I don't think it would fit on like a normal dude's hands.
Well, no, they made the gauntlet for him. It was for him.
Well, the stones are pretty big. I don't think it would fit on my hand. I mean, I got little hands, but like
The stone. I mean, how big are this? Talking about the stone?
I'd say they're fucking about
like ring size.
I'd say a little bit bigger than a quarter. Maybe like a $50.
A quarter bigger than a quarter. Let's see. I have change in my pocket. We're just gonna say here another visual.
Let's say it's another visual gag.
Another visual cue that you cannot.
I'd say at least a quarter. I know that which one's
the center one's the biggest one. The yellow.
That's Mind Stone. That's big.
That Mind Stone is big, but it's also on your back of your palm here. Let's see. Oh, it's on your knuckles, right?
It's like knuckles. I mean, yeah, if they were quarter sized, I think this would work.
Quarter size. I mean, I have giant hands.
Yeah.
Also.
And I guess if you do like an Iron Man suit, you can make it bigger.
Let's see. Yeah. Because my hands are big, but quarters are sliding off. But I don't have a nice quarter gauntlet.
Yeah, it looks pretty good right now.
Yeah, not bad. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and add it onto the little still image for like a split second.
I really don't know. Like, I really cannot give myself a good guess to be like, where are they going from there? Like, I have no idea how the rest of this movie is going to... Because it's 3 hours long.
How about this? They bring everybody back. Not right in the beginning. I kind of agree that they're going to do stuff retroactively. That Captain Marvel's going to know what's going on. That's why she came there.
Yeah.
To Earth. Besides the pager. Besides that, though.
I think so. Yeah, I agree that something's going to happen. And she's going to be like, fuck.
Fuck, yeah. I'm saying everybody's coming back. Obviously. But they already said
there's still apparently...
They spoiled that scene.
There's one scene with
everybody in it. What I think's going to happen is... And that's the only thing. I'm just throwing this out there. So, some with the stones or whatever, they're gonna have. He's either gonna get them all stolen, go back in time, and steal them. Like they're gonna steal them from him, so they're equal.
They're gonna get the stones.
Yeah, somehow, some version of them. Whether they have most of them,
copies,
some
time travel, bullshit.
Whether they have some of them and they split it. He doesn't have all of them. I think it's like that final battle from Infinity War, where that's in Wakanda and all the things are there. It's that same kind of thing, big, like in a field or whatever, like open space. They all fight, and I think it's like a kill swap kind of thing, where they end up killing Thanos at the end, but doing so also in the process he kills some of the other ones. So whoever you pick, we were pretty much in agreement that Iron Man's dead. We pretty much think like Iron Man's gonna die, and I think Captain America's probably dead.
Yeah.
I think those two. It makes the most sense that the faces of the Civil War would die. And
well, they also in the new trailer, it was them for the beginning. Like that was like scenes from their movies. Everybody was like, ugh.
So I think it makes sense because they were like, at least for me, Tony Stark's like the face of the fucking
which like
MCU.
I don't think they should do it, but I have a feeling they're gonna. I'd rather them kill Captain America first because it's like
at least he has an actual line of succession.
There's been other Captain Americas, namely Falcon and Winter Soldier, have both been Captain America at some point. Iron Man, it's like Riri Williams, but like she wasn't even introduced. But this is also actually I'll come back to this. One of the things I thought
the Black Panther, the girl from Black Panther.
No. This was another girl. She was in the comics, but it was like a younger. She basically the girl. She went to like MIT or something. She engineered a fucking Iron Man suit. And she joined a team. It was like it was Miles Morales, Miss Marvel, a younger Nova, a different Hulk, and like her, and they were like the champions or whatever. The girl from Captain Marvel, what's her face's daughter. I was like, fuck. I was like, that's her. I was like, bring her back. Have her be a character. She'd be like older than Spider-Man, but like not by much. Like that was what 1990 something. I don't know if they have the exact year, but she was maybe like 8. 9.
Oh yeah, she'd be like in her 20s.
She'd be like
30s.
20s. She'd be a little older than us. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I was like, that she's a shoo-in. Her, the new Hawkeye, the fucking she dies. His whole family dies.
Oh, 100% his family's dead. I think that's why he's coming back to do this. I don't think he would have gave a fuck if his family lived.
Because you could also see it in the one scene where they're shooting the arrows. He's got the ankle brace on that Ant-Man had, because they both did the house arrest.
Yeah.
So I think her, like Spider-Man, like the young team, I was like, ooh, fuck. I was like, that's good. I was like, that could be a Riri Williams, like, you know, she seemed like she liked flying and shit, and a smart young black woman. Or Shuri, but I also think Shuri should just be Black Panther, eventually.
At some point, yeah. But anyway, I think that's what happens, and I think in the process of it, like, the stones that they make, like, the shit is destroyed, and it's like, because then I guess that there's always people like, oh, we'll just run it from the top and do it again. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Let's do this one more time.
Yeah, just keep doing it till like people live. Everybody lives.
Oh, so you think that they
like
will
the stones get destroyed? Like they are done at the end of this. Like it's like they kill him and he kills some of them actually this time.
And then stones.
And then the stones can't be used anymore, and that's it. And then like it's like final. Like that's the final.
I think the stones are still gonna be around, and they're gonna like split them off. I think they're gonna like.
But then it doesn't make sense because then like you could just use the things and then bring everybody back. Like you could just win better. Because you'd be like, oh, this is what he's gonna do. You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's the other. I don't know how this is gonna play out.
Like, that's my thing. Is like they have to do something where they can't use it again.
I have to go back and listen to our Thor Infinity Wars episode and see how right we were with that.
I think we're pretty off. I think I remember I said the one where it was hell. Everybody no, they're not gonna do that, but everybody got dusted. Like,
I think Kate Blanchett is in this movie though. Like, there's some shit that it was like, I forget what it was.
No. I'm saying the people that were dusted were actually, like, the ones that lived, and the people that were stuck were... Is that what I said? It was hell? Because it's, like, everybody who had, like, sinned or whatever, like, let people down or, like, had, like, grief and, like, shit like that are, like, the people that are left for the most part. So, like, it was, like, trying to think of who lived. Like, Nebula has, like, shit with, like...
She was just shitty?
Shitty with the sister and stuff the whole time. And then it was like, because like Rocket's pretty genuine.
Rocket's
like,
kind of shitty.
He's just scummy.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily like evil, but he's kind of like scummy.
He's not a nice guy.
It's like Tony Stark with like endangering. Like he has guilt for Pepper, and for Spider-Man. I forget who else it was. Captain America, right? With the Peggy and like leaving everybody, all that kind of stuff. I like remember I like looked it out and I was able to like find whatever, and it's like. Because the people that get dusted, it's like Groot's genuinely pretty innocent.
Groot is a douchebag, but like he was just a teenager.
It's a teenager, but he's naive. That's the point. So, like Spider-Man's a child.
He's a little boy.
He's a child for crying out loud. And I think Doctor Strange is like
kind of a douche, but I feel like he had a nice redemption arc.
Well, he's like a dick, but he's also like for the greater good kind of thing. So he's not like an ass for no reason. Yeah, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, he was like, I'm gonna be an ass because like if it's you the kid or the stone, I'm protecting the stone because that's what's like, more important.
Yeah. And then it was like
Black Panther, a good king.
He's a king. Yeah, he helped like revitalize the world. He's doing charity work and stuff. Yeah.
I agree. No, I could see that.
But I don't think they're gonna do it.
Like I don't. It was some. I forget. I don't know if it was Tilda Swinton, whoever plays the Ancient One, or if it was Kate Blanchett. But somebody was just like, "Oh yeah, it was like really cool." It was like, "Oh, who are you excited to work with?" And she was like, "Oh, blah blah blah." It's like cool seeing like Robert Downey Jr. or like blah blah blah. Like Kate Blanchett was really cool, and they were like, "What did you just say?" And she was like, "Fuck." I think it was, I forget who said it, but it was something along the lines of like they saw somebody, they said, oh, it was cool working with them, and they've never been in the same movie. It was like either Doctor Strange or like Thor Ragnarok, and I think it was one of the Guardians. So it was like very fucking disconnected. So I'm excited. I'm more excited for Godzilla, but I'm excited.
I've been waiting for this conclusion for about, it's been a year.
It's been a year. Are we gonna go see it? Are we gonna go see it at midnight again? Of course. There's no fucking. We are.
And going to the same spot. My little brother wanted to come.
Oh Christ! Oh God! I hope Penny sleep studies the 27th into the 28th.
Oh, me and Jeff are gonna go.
Oh my God! Fuck. That's fine. If anything, I'll just go the next morning. I'll go to like the first fucking show.
Well, we can just go earlier. You don't. We went at like midnight last time because we had work. I think we all went out.
No, we went straight there.
No, we didn't.
No, I drove.
Jeff drove to my house.
Yeah.
But no, what I'm saying is when we went at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. The movie was late.
Yeah. The movie was
because
11.
we had work, though. We were working, and we weren't done until 5. I went home.
Oh, yeah, and then the first
ready.
one was 7.
The first one was like 6, and I was like, I'm not going to get off the train until 5:45. I need more time than that. And you're like, okay. And then the next like one was like 10:30. So if we went at like a 6/7 showing on Thursday, you could go.
We could figure it out.
We could go.
I actually don't. I also just don't know. I'm talking out my butthole right now. It's fine. Yeah. No, Godzilla, I'm going to go see that in the IMAX opening night. I'm going to, like, drop the fucking $20 for a ticket.
Should we go see... We should see What's-Her-Face in IMAX. Do they even have IMAX there? I don't know.
It's, like, the closest, I think it's, like, Hamilton, which is, like, 45 minutes.
No, there's IMAX by my house has it. They have IMAX, so does What's-Her-Face. They both do, actually. Both of them have it. There's also, like, 80 million... This has nothing to do with the movie anymore. I'm excited for it. I mean, that'll come. It's just...
It's a waiting game now. We're in the end game.
We're in the end game now. It's more so like there's like 80,000 choices of like type of screen and like sound quality. I don't know what the difference of any of them is.
It's like the last movie I saw in IMAX was Dark Knight.
There's not even I saw that like a billion. I saw like that fucking.
That was in the Liberty Science Center with like the big dome. It's kind of like how the Franklin is. They got the big dome with the screen. You like watch it around. That is one of the loudest fucking movies I've ever been in.
It was fucking. I remember seeing. I saw Dark Knight like 80 billion times in the theater. I fucking like went to like down the shore and fucking watched it like the movie theater down the shore, like a shitty like fucking one on the boardwalk. But like, you would go and it was like, you go in there now and it's like there's like IMAX 3D, Dolby surround,
Dolby IMAX,
Dolby
5.1 widescreen, 5.1 widescreen.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Real
of
D, 3D.
Yeah. I don't,
normal.
Yeah, I'm like
normal without reserved seating.
Look, I don't know the difference between like the Dolby and the fucking.
I think the
IMAX.
Dolby sound
is it better sound and the
think
other one's better visuals.
I don't know.
I don't know the difference between anything. I'm not like tech illiterate, but I'm also don't know.
That's like very
that kind of
I
stuff.
just know. Like I said, I'm going to see that in IMAX. I won't go see this in IMAX because I don't think I need to. If I need to go see it when I go see it a second time, I'm assuming if I think it's that good, I will drag my dad to the IMAX to go see it. But first,
we're not supported for the IMAX on the opener.
No, like I said, Godzilla is the first one I'm going to do, and that's like the first IMAX I think I'm going to go to, and I will like literally go by myself, and I'm going to sit there and I'm just going to fucking shit my pants out of happiness because like that's another day.
Do you remember when the other Godzilla movie came out, and I would sit down and I will argue to sit there. I thought that was the darkest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was up there.
Like it's like it's basically like I tried to watch it once on like whatever I think it was on a streaming service, and I had it on like my TV, and like I had to close like all the fucking like
no
windows.
It is very like
I could see my reflection in the fucking screen for like most of the movies.
A lot of it was dark, which was like it was a fine movie. It started with fine, but it was like somebody did like the count. It's like, oh, Godzilla was in this like 2-hour movie for like 9 minutes. Like 9 minutes of screen time. It was like something ridiculous. And then the rest of them was just Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver boning. But they don't bone anymore because they were brother and sister. They played the leads. Those actors.
Oh my god, I was like, what the
fuck? Are we watching the same movie?
My eyes fucking were like
popped out of his head. Yeah, no, this one looks like a lot from the trailers at least. It does look visually. There's still scenes at night and shit, but it does look a lot lighter.
Well, yes. I mean, you can have things at night. That's completely fine.
But no, it was
but also, it's fucking, the screen is pitch black.
Bad.
It's literally like, can you detect this dark gray object? Like, we're talking dark gray on a black background, basically. Jesus Christ, it's terrible. In terms of lighting.
I don't have anything else to say.
No, I'm done.
We're done?
I get to rant about something at one point.
We get to rant.
Okay.
So leave us a fucking like, subscribe. In the comments, tell us how you would set up a flag with 51 stars, because apparently Washington D.C. wants to. I've been staring at this all video, and I really don't know how you would do it.
I'm lobbying for 52.
Like I said, I think they do have the setups for all like the next 5.
Dude, why would they even? Whatever. I mean, you should have it for the next. 5, because they probably just add another.
Well, no, it's like 51 states, 52 states, 53 states.
No, I know, but I'm saying it would make sense if you had one for 5 more.
Yeah.
It's like, anyway, I don't.
Oh, you could just do another row.
Yeah, of this and just move to the bottom. The
Okay.
All right.
We'll see you guys in
Next week.
2 weeks. A week.
No, next week.
Next
a week
week.
from this.
A week from. Well, I guess a week from this is this. Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon.
I don't know. We'll figure.
Hugs and kiss.
Ta-ta for now.